Okay, so you guys, happy freaking Wednesday. I hope you're having a beautiful Wednesday. I'm having such a beautiful day. And if y'all would have seen how I got up this morning, I was like, no, honey. But I went in prayer before I left out. And you guys, I feel so good. Praise the Lord for his joy and peace. But anyway, I've been reading my Bible or whatever, and I told y'all I've been in heavy prayer. I want to share something with you guys because I haven't did a Bible study in so long, and this is so beautiful to me. This only two, I'm gonna share two things with you, but this is the first one. So I'm reading Kings in my Ethiopian Bible, and King David has passed away. And so now King Solomon, his son, is on the throne, and the people of Jerusalem have grown. I mean, it's a lot of them. And you know, King Solomon's kind of young or whatever, so he's like, he goes to sleep and he has a dream, and the Lord comes to him and tell him, you know, Solomon, and tell me what you want, and I'm gonna grant you whatever you want. And instead of him asking for materialistic stuff, money, for Jehovah to his enemies out of there, he asked the Lord for wisdom, because it's a lot of people now, and he need help from the Lord, you know, with these people, and he want wisdom to discern from, you know, good and evil, who right and who wrong, and many other things. And I just want to share this with you guys. This one particular story is so beautiful, so let's get into it. Okay, so now after King Solomon asked Jehovah to bless him with wisdom, he did just that, because Jehovah was like, it was, you know, beautiful to him. Like, you didn't ask me to, you know what I'm saying, for anything else but wisdom to discern between good and evil. So he blessed him with it. So now the story that I'm going to read you is about two women that live in the same house together, and both of them are pregnant. And then it's going to be a freak accident. So you guys pay attention and follow along. Let's go. Okay. Then there came two women that were harlots unto the king and stood before him. And the one woman said, "Oh my Lord, her and I dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass that the third day after I delivered, that this woman was delivered also, and we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we two in the house. And this woman's child died in the night, because she lay upon it. And she arose at midnight and took my son from beside me, while thy handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom." So basically, she rolled over on her child and killed her child. So while the other woman was asleep in her room, she came, took her dead baby, put it in that lady bed, and took her baby back to her room like it was her baby. Okay. "And then I arose in the morning to give my child suck, to breastfeed her child. Behold, it was dead. But when I had looked at it in the morning, behold, it was not my son whom I had bare. And the other woman said, No, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son." So they going back and forth. And then the other woman said, "No, but the dead son is thy son, and the living son is my son." Thus they spake before the king. They going back and forth before the king. Then said the king, the one said, "This is my son that liveth," and the one said, This is thy son that is dead. And the other said, "No, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living." So King Solomon just repeating back to them what they saying. Like, you said this and you said that. And the king said, "Fetch me a sword." Pay attention to this, y'all. King Solomon said, "Fetch me a sword." And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, "Divide the living child," like cut the living child into two, "and give half to one and the other half to the other." Then spake the woman whose the living child was unto the king, for her heart yearned over her son. And she said, "Oh my Lord, give her the living child." Oh yeah. He said, "Oh my Lord, give her the living child, and it in no way slay it." She telling the king like, "Listen, just give her the living child. Don't slay the baby. I'd rather for her to have a baby than for you to, you know, kill the baby, because that really is her baby." But the other said, "It shall be neither mine or neither yours. Divide it." Then the king answering said, "Give her the living child, and in no way slay it. She is the mother thereof." And all Israel heard the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to do justice. You guys, that was so beautiful, and I wanted to share it with you guys. The two women was going back and forth. The girl rolled over on her baby. She woke up in the middle of the night, took the baby, the living baby, from her friend, and put the dead baby that she rolled over on in a lady bosom. When the lady woke up in the morning to breastfeed her baby, she was like, this is not my baby. This baby don't look like my baby. They went before the king, and the king said, I know how I'm going to handle this, since I don't know whose baby it is. I'm going to cut the baby in two and give y'all both the baby. And the baby, the real mother told the king, don't do that, because she loved the baby. But the lady who the baby didn't belong to, the spiteful, vindictive, sneaky lady, said, yeah, cut it in two. That's how you know it wasn't her baby. That's how the king knew that it wasn't her baby. Very beautiful. You guys can go and read it. It's in the Ethiopian Bible. It's in 1 Kings. It's a good read. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Bye. Mwah.